She doesn't realize she's handicapped. She never did. She just doesn't know it. What she knows is that she loves her family and she loves her life. And so she keeps on going. You must have an unsquashable spirit. The fact is, you always have a choice. What you are looking for, you will find. Okay? If you are looking for the good in people, you'll find it. But if you're looking for what's wrong, why this stinks and that stinks and nothing's ever going to go my way and all those things, if you're looking for those things, you're going to find those too. You are going to find what you're looking for if you pay close enough attention. Your level of spectacular is always up to you. Listen, people think I'm crazy, and that's okay. It's okay. People will think you're crazy. In order for you to really, really, really achieve your dreams, let's on the next one. You have got to be so intense about your focus that others will think you're crazy. And that's okay too. When I wake up in the morning, I'm not a bundle of joy. She said, no. Because when people see me, I'm a bundle of joy. Right? What really happens some of those days is that I've made a choice. I've made a decision. Okay? I've made a decision to multiply my happy. You see, I don't sleep much, and my brain wakes up easily an hour before I do every day. It is well behind schedule before I'm even going, what? I wake up and here you go. The reality of it is that I choose how happy I want to be. Now, some mornings I wake up and I'm like, I really just don't want to do this anymore. My husband and I have horrible fights. I win them all because he's not awake yet and I'm in the shower all by myself just having those conversations about the things I want to said, should have said, could have said, and why didn't I think of that earlier, And when I leave my house, if I don't do something about it by the time I get to work, how is that going to go over? Because I can be the best boss ever. I can be the best coach ever. I can do that 364 days out of the year. But when I am a royal jerk on that one day, it is going to last a really long time. And you might not ever recover from it with some of your team members. So on those days when I don't feel like being happy, there's this little store around the corner from my house. It's called Special Way. And there's a bunch of old guys, and they go there every morning to have coffee. And they think that I am Little Miss Bubbly Perky all the time. They think I'm the most chipper person that they have ever met. And so when I don't feel like being that person, I go there on the way home from work. Because tip number 1 is multiply your happy. It's up to you how much happy you have in your world, right? I do not want to be a hypocrite. I want to be the person that I claim to be. I fall short. I get up and I do it again. But when I get to Special Way, I have to get on my car and be that glorious, joyous person because that's what they expect, because that's who I told them I was. So I have to do it. And guess what? By the time I get to my next destination, I'm actually happy because I got out of my own mind, I got away from my own misery, and I focused on somebody else. So when they say, how are you today, Shari Joe? I say, I'm perfect. I'm sure people disagree. I don't care. It's got to start somewhere. I got to believe it first. I've got to believe it first. Tip number 2. No matter what you feel about yourself, if you want somebody to believe something about you, you have to believe it first. You can't have people around you talking you into believing that you're worth it. You are worth it. But if you don't believe it, how is anybody else going to? Hello, my name is awesome. For me, it's spectacular or amazing, depending on what day it is. Tip number 3, stop caring what other people think. That was the one I was out of order there. To be successful, your focus has to be so intense that others think you're crazy. Okay. In a few minutes, you're going to hear from another one of our speakers today, Tony Mujan is here, and I just want to ask you real quick, Tony, didn't people think you were crazy? There you go. When you decide you're going to do something amazing, there are naysayers everywhere. Okay? Sometimes it's just jealousy. They think, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. Well, why can't I? Because somebody else did. And guess what? If I don't, somebody else will. Tip number 4, you got to stop being afraid of what could go wrong and start being positive about what could go right. If you only focus on what could go wrong, you're never going to see what's right. Okay? In business, we talk about an 80-20 rule. There's 80% of your time should be spent on the 20% of the things that matter the most. Okay? Those other things, when you focus on the things that are good, you focus on your strengths, you grow those strengths, a lot of those other things are going to fall into place. Not everybody is excellent at everything, and not everybody was made to do everything. Just because I'm a great farmer does not mean I can cook. Right? We both deal with food at a different level. I can eat pretty good, though. Tip number 5, appreciate everything. Listen, if we do not have an attitude of gratitude in everything that we do, any successes that you have will be short-lived. If you are not grateful and thankful for the people around you and the blessings that have been bestowed upon you, listen, I'm not ashamed to say I'm a Christian, and I believe that all of the promises in the Bible are mine, and they're for me. They're mine. It was written just for me. It was written for anyone who chooses to believe it. I appreciate that. I have an obligation to let my sunshine shine. I have an obligation to show other people where that light can be. I have an obligation to help others be the best person they can be. Because, you see, God gave me special talents, and He gave me special joys and special gifts. He did not give me the ability to keep them to myself. How selfish would that be? People who have amazing brains, listen, ordinary people don't show up on Saturday morning. Give yourselves a round of applause. Really. Ordinary people don't do this, okay? You're not ordinary. Appreciate it. Turn to somebody beside you and say, I appreciate you being here. All right. We really appreciate you being here. All right. Tip number 6, start right now. The truth of the matter is that being happy does not necessarily mean that everything's perfect. What it means is that you've decided to look beyond the imperfections. Period. You've decided to look beyond it. This was a lovely video called I Dare You. And I've watched it so many times, I could probably tell you verbatim exactly what it says, but I'm not going to, okay? And it goes along the lines of saying, listen, when you wake up in the morning, what are you doing? Are you hitting that snooze button 4, 5, 6, 7 times? Or are you getting up? Are you making something of your day? How many minutes are you wasting each and every day by hitting that snooze button? I dare you to get up that first time it goes off. I dare you to set your alarm 5 minutes earlier and get up and do some stretches. Do something different. Something that will allow you to improve your life. Now, it looked like it might have been going to play. I don't think it's going to, though. You have the ability to reinvent yourself anytime you want to. This is not old school Czechoslovakia 1940 where they say you're a shoemaker and your last name's Shoemaker, right? You're a blacksmith and your last name is Black. We don't live in those times anymore. You can do and be anything you choose to be if you want it badly enough. Okay. When you decide to reinvent yourself, it will be hard. It won't always be easy. When you decide to take a step into a new function, into a new role, it's always scary. Listen, I have been planning on leaving healthcare. Shh, for anybody who knows me. Because healthcare doesn't know it yet. I have been planning on leaving healthcare